Namaste, welcome to SM Yoga. Today I will be sharing with you a short practice that you could do anytime. I recommend doing it on those cold winter mornings or anytime before you want to do a full yoga practice, but you're feeling like your feet are a little bit cold. Maybe you're feeling disconnected from your feet from wearing heavy boots during the winter time. Sometimes our feet can start to kind of get a little bit clunky, almost feel like they're just blocks of wood that we're just clunking around on. So this will wake up the feet, warm them up, and get them ready to do asana or to do anything else where you feel like you want those feet to be a little more mobile, a little more flexible. And if your feet are cold, it's really hard to concentrate on doing anything else. So this will get you ready to do anything. So you can wear socks during this whole practice. I would recommend wearing socks actually. And you can also sit up on something. It's going to be easier to do everything if you're sitting up on a chair or a low footstool, something like that you might have around the house, rather than on the floor. You could do it on the floor if you wanted to, but it's really going to be better on a chair of some kind. Also, you will need a strap of some kind. So a yoga strap, it works great. If you don't have a yoga strap, try to find something around the house, maybe a fabric belt of some kind that has a little bit of thickness, a little bit of heft to it. So we're going to use that to begin with, and then also for some things towards the end. So find your seat, get yourself set up, and just take a couple breaths, sitting up tall, resting the hands on the lap, and just starting to feel what's going on with your feet. Sending your awareness down to the feet. How are they doing? What might help them feel a little bit better? So we're going to start with your right foot. You're just going to pick it up and put the strap around the bottom of the foot and reach that foot forward. You don't have to straighten the leg. You can keep the knee bent, but you do have the strap, so you could straighten the leg a little bit more if you want. It doesn't really matter, because what we're going to do first is just rub back and forth with that strap on the bottom of the foot. You could also do this part lying on your back. If you wanted to do just this, it would be very cozy to do this lying on your back. Just go up and down the bottom of the foot, heel up to the toes. You can keep doing it as long as you like. I'm just going to show this much. And just that little bit of friction might start to warm up your foot. Okay, so we're going to do some more things with this foot and we'll go to the other one. So now we're going to take that foot and cross it over the opposite knee. So it's a little bit of a hip opener already. If this feels like too much, just scoot the bottom foot forward, and then this foot will come down a little bit. We're not going to worry about exactly how much we're opening the hip yet. We'll do a little bit more after we warm up the feet more. So you just want to have that foot crossed. The opposite hand, we're going to start to pull on the toe so the foot points, and you can go as much as you want to into those toes, really just the toes themselves, pulling them into a sort of curled position. And then go to the opposite direction, flexing the foot up and also pushing the toes up. And we're just going to go back and forth between those two positions a couple times. You can do this as much as you want as well, just showing a couple times. We don't really stretch the top of the foot that much. And if you have been wearing those heavy boots or heavy shoes walking around in the cold weather, it might feel really good to stretch the top of the foot a lot. I like to do that. We think of stretching the bottom of the foot more, but not the top. Now we're going to let the foot relax, just hang out a little bit, and using the hand, just start to make it go around in circles. So now we're warming up in the ankle joint itself, going through the whole range of motion that you can find, but using the hand to guide the foot so the foot and ankle stay nice and relaxed. Good. A few times. Now you're gonna take your other hand, the hand that's on the same side as the foot that's up there, and hold onto the foot from the top of the foot. So the bottom of the foot is exposed, your fingers aren't in the way. And then with this opposite hand, draw all your fingers and thumb together to a point. So it looks like a little chicken beak, right? And you're just gonna tap that all over the bottom of your foot. If it feels like it's too strong, you just lighten up a little bit. I think for me, I don't know, I can go pretty tough on my foot here. It feels actually really good to give it a pretty strong bunch of little taps like this. If you go to the arch of the foot, the skin is a little more sensitive there because it's not as thickened as on your heel or the ball of the foot. So maybe go a little bit lighter there. Also go to the bottom, to this outer edge of the foot, go up and down there a little bit, and just keep going. So it's not just the pressure on the surface of the skin from the taps that's having an effect. It's also sort of sending vibrations all through the foot. So everything's getting a little bit of that vibration even deep inside the foot. So it might feel really good. The top of the foot is much more sensitive. So you can do really, really light, like little finger taps along the top of the foot with the other hand. Do both at once? I don't know. Okay, and now we're just going to grab the toes. Fingers go wrap around the fronts of the toes and just squeeze them. And just go up and down a few times. You can really make up anything you want to do here that you think would feel good for your foot. It doesn't have to be exactly what I'm doing. These are just things that I found really help me. So you can just spend some time. You can even just do just a whole like little foot massage like this afterwards. And now we will do a couple things that are really more for the whole leg. So once our feet are warmed up and loosened up a little bit, the whole leg will start to feel a little more ready to open up as well. So first, we're gonna come back to our idea of ankle to knee. And if you can, now try to bring that bottom foot in underneath. So it's right underneath your knee, if possible. And this knee's going out to the side. We're gonna keep this foot flexed. You can even use your hand on that side to keep it flexed. And then start to lean forward, keeping your back straight, any amount, going into a little bit of a hip opener there. And then come back up, reach across with the same hand on the same side as that foot, holding onto the outer edge of the foot, sole of the foot going forward like a half happy baby. And then last but not least, we're gonna put the strap around the sole of the foot again and stretch the leg forward. And then here, any amount you wanna go into it, try lifting that leg straight up. So you're stretching the whole back line of the leg. Have the strap on the ball of the foot so you can pull and even find a little stretch on the back of the calf and the Achilles tendon. And then release down. Okay, so let's go and do the other side. So strap around the bottom of the foot, lift the foot up and do your rub up and down the foot. Whoop. Just letting it slide a little too far down. So just up and down a few times. Starting to feel that friction a little bit. Warming up the foot. And then same as on the other side, we're gonna cross that ankle over. If it's too intense for your hip, just slide the bottom foot forward and you can do everything with the foot a little bit lower. Otherwise, you're gonna do the same thing. So opposite hand, you're just gonna take the toes and pull them back. So they're curling up. So you're stretching the whole top of the foot even the tops of the toes themselves, right? And then you do the opposite, going back, flexing the foot, pulling the toes up. So the whole bottom of the foot gets a good stretch. And go back and forth a few times like that, as we did on the other side. And then keep the foot relaxed and just guide it around in some circles with the hand. Sometimes it's a challenge to tell the foot to relax and let the hand do the work. Our feet, you know, are like little work horses. They do so much all the time. And sometimes it's a little bit tough to get them to stop and just relax a little bit. So make sure you can get it to just be as loose as possible for a few moments. Good. Now, the hand that's on the same side as this foot, you're gonna hold on the top of the foot, opposite hand, make your little chicken beak, and start your tapping. Tapping all over the bottom of the foot. Find a little bit of a sensitive area like the arch, just go a little bit more lightly. Otherwise you can tap pretty strongly, especially around the heel, the outer edge of the foot, so you go a little bit underneath like this, and just give it a bunch of nice strong taps, or as strong as you like. And then also top the foot, maybe just like light little finger taps, just to wake it up, not really that strong, it's a little more sensitive there. And then you can do all your little foot massage things. I like to just squeeze the toes, and then we're going to go into a little bit of that hip opener on this side. So this foot is going to stay flexed. Inhale, sitting up tall, and then exhale, just start to lean the upper body ever so slightly forward. This side I can't go as far forward as on the other side. This hip always is a little bit tighter than the other side. You might notice the same kind of thing. One side is noticeably tighter than the other. It's totally normal. And then the hand coming from the same side as that foot, lift it up, sole of the foot facing forward, pulling back into your half happy baby. And then last thing, again with the strap, I'm gonna give the back of the leg a little stretch. So strap around the ball of the foot and lift that leg up. Taking a few moments to stretch the back of the leg. Try to think of the heel pushing forward, so you can even feel the stretch all the way to the back of the heel. I find myself leaning away with my upper body, so that's going to take away from the stretch. So try not to lean back too much. And then release down whenever you're ready. And that is it for this wintertime foot awakening practice. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know, send me some feedback on YouTube, and stay safe. Namaste.